Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a full glute focused workout that's going to hit the whole glute, the shelf, the under-glute, and the side. We're going to have 6 exercises that I'm going to share with you and explain to you how to do them so you don't second guess anymore on how to perform them. I'm dropping a brand new glute program at the beginning of 2026. So if you're already on my 6-week program, you're going to be on a 12-week program on the next one that's coming. So stay tuned for that one. All right guys, like I was saying, I always start my workout with a warm-up. I go on the treadmill for about 5-10 minutes, light incline, speed between 2.5 to 2.8 to really just warm up the muscle and get the blood flowing. Right after that, I'm going to start with some hip movement. So you can do these circles, right, and then go back, left. You do this with the other leg, of course. Same number of reps on each side. Then I like to do the leg swing. So leg swing like this, front, back, and side to side. All right. Right after that, when I am done, I'm going to do some body weight squats. So about 10 body weight squats this way. And then I go down into a lunge position. I'm going to really warm up, like stretch here, the hammies, and then go back. I do this exercise for about 8 to 10 reps on each side. Then I grab my band and then I'm just going to put it around just above my ankles. What I like to do are some lateral steps. So I like to do this for, usually I'm gonna do like the entire turf. If you don't have a turf, you can do 12 to 15 steps to the side. So just like that, I don't go down too low. I just find a position that's good for me. And I really stretch out that band to the side in a slow and controlled movement, back and forth. Right away, I'll do some donkey kicks. So about 12 to 15 reps on each side. Then I go into some fire hydrants, 12 to 15 reps as well. And I'm going to finish with some glute bridges with the band, just like so. Control and slow movement. And right after that, you should be all warmed up for the main routine. All right, so the first exercise of this routine will be the hip thrust, which is one of my favorite exercises for glute growth. It's going to target the whole glutes. I'm going to use a dumbbell for the purpose of this video, but if you guys want to use a barbell, totally fine. So little cues when you do the hip thrust. Back against the bench at about shoulder blade level. I'm going to bring the dumbbell on my hips and I'm going to hold it with both of my hands. Again, if you have a barbell, use it there and put your hands either on top or under. The good thing about the barbell is that you can really load with heavy weight, but if you only have dumbbells, totally fine. My legs, feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. So I'm gonna go up. My angle right here is about 90-degree angle. My toes are going to be slightly out, so that I'm really focusing on the glutes. I go down, my chin is really stuck, and then I press, I squeeze at the top. When I go down, I'm going to count down for 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. 1 and squeeze at the top, hold for a second. 1, 2, 3, and up, hold for a second. This is a really good tempo to have if you really want to feel that burn and those glutes working. A couple of variations that you can do here. I'm sure you've seen me doing, for example, a cast glute bridge or a B stance, hip thrust. Really, you can add a lot of variation to really fire up those glutes. But if you're a beginner, I just strongly recommend to do a hip thrust, either body weight with a dumbbell. If you're really starting doing this thrust movement, you can also just do a glute bridge. So a glute bridge will look like what we did during the warm-up. Dumbbell here, back on the floor, and I go up, I squeeze at the top, and I go back down. One more tip here is to always push through your heels. I don't know if you saw when I was doing it, but here, I'm not like that, right? Toes, like I said, slightly pointed out, and I push through my heels when I go up. One thing that I want to add here is, you see my head is not like this. I do see some people performing this exercise like that. You don't want to do this. Tuck your chin and follow the movement. It's not just doing this neither. You go down and up and you squeeze at the top. Down, up. One more. And by now, your glutes should be on fire. I like to do this exercise for 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. All right, exercise number 2 will be the glute BS leg press. So on this one, your placement, you're going to have your foot high on the plate and you're going to tilt your toes slightly out to really feel it in your glutes. One thing to remember is that the lower your feet, the more quad engagement you're going to get. The higher, the more glutes. So you unlock these, you're gonna go down until you feel that contraction and push back up. Again, I push to the heel, right? Stretch and up. So here, when I go back up, I keep a slight bend in my knee. I don't fully lock out my knees, all right? You always want to keep a slight bend. Always keep the tension when you do the movement. And then you put back the plate. Just make sure that it's locked before you remove your feet. On this exercise, I like to do, technically in this routine, I would do another set of 4 and I would do probably 8 to 10 reps. Our third exercise will be the dumbbell RDL. Again, if you are advanced, you can take it to the barbell RDL if you want to. But for anyone, grab the dumbbells. So this is a really good exercise for the glute max and you're also going to target the hamstrings. So let me show you how I do it. This is a hinge movement. So you're going to push your hips back as if someone is pulling you behind you, as you're closing a door behind you. Then I'm going to go down. I keep a soft bend in my knees. And at about, for me, it's at about mid-chin. This is where I feel the stretch in my hamstrings. So when I feel it, I'm going to go back up and I squeeze my glutes at the top. All right, one more time. I go down, I push my hips back, keep a slight bend in the knee, my back is parallel to the floor, and I go back up, I squeeze at the top. I push once again through my heels and not the full foot. And now this is how you do a perfect RDL. Always remember, you don't want to arch your back and be like this. You're going to hurt your lower back. And also, a common mistake is that a lot of people mistaken this exercise with a squat movement. So what they do, they actually go down this way and go back up. Now you're doing more of a squat than a hinge movement. Always remember, the hinge, you have something that is pushing you behind and then you go down, you feel the stretch and go up. For some people, depending on their flexibility and mobility, they will go even further down. Some people, they're not as flexible, they will probably stop here. It's fine. All right, up next, guys, we have the glute BS step up. I grab a dumbbell, the heel too, if you want to use the Smith machine or a barbell, totally fine. Okay, so let me show you how I do that. You're going to grab a steady surface, whether it is a bench or something that you're not wobbly on it. One foot on it. You want to place the whole foot, not this part or not like 2 further down. The whole foot in the middle of it. Grab your dumbbell. So when you hold the dumbbell, this is honestly up to you. I like to use it by my side, but some people, they also like to use it on their shoulder. At the end of the day, do what feels right for you, where you find, the balance and the stability. If it works better for you here, great. That's what works for me. But if it's here, fine as well. As long as you're really feeling it in the glutes, that's all that matters. And then you can either hold something. For me, I'm going to use it to help me with stability and balance. But if you guys don't want to use it, that's totally fine. So I'm going to go up. Now, the whole thing is you're going to slightly lean forward to really feel it in your glutes. As I go down, I control the weight back down. I slightly touch the floor with that back leg and I go back up, pushing through my heel all the time. Slightly touch the floor and back up. I do not do this and then go back up. You're not resting on that leg. Just imagine that you actually don't have that leg with you. Go back up, leaning forward so I really feel it in my glutes right now. I go down in a controlled way and manner, go back up. I usually do this exercise for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. The next exercise will be the cable kickback, one of my favorites for unilateral movements and to target the glute max. Again, here you can really target the side glutes by doing it differently, but I'm going to show you the way to target the glute max. So first, you're gonna grab this kind of attachment. Usually most gyms have that, but if not, I can link up also the ones that I have right now. So as you can see, I'm a bit small, all right? So usually what I like to have here is a little elevation, but I'm not gonna use the elevation. But if you are like me, you can do that. So a couple of steps back. I'm going to keep my torso not straight, but like slightly leaning forward. And I'm going to kick back out. The whole point here is you don't need to have a big range, big distance. It's really about feeling it on the top of the glutes when you contract at the top. Right now, I really feel it in my whole glutes, all right? So a couple reps like this. And really go slow and it's a really controlled movement. A lot of people don't feel this exercise at the right muscle just because they're either not leaning forward enough or they're just doing something like this, all right? We don't want to do that. We always control the movement. You see how slow I go? But by doing it this way, I really feel the contraction at the top. I'm gonna do it the other leg. And that might be something really easy and just be like, duh, but you need that tail movement. You want to do the same number of reps that you do on one leg. So if you do 10, you do 10 on the other side. If you did 15, you're going to do 15 on the other side, all right? On this exercise, I like to do about 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps on each side. One thing to note, sometimes you will probably see me on other videos doing the cable kickback with a slight toe out. This is to target a bit more the side of the glutes. Like I said at the beginning, on this exercise, you can target the glute max and the glute medius, which is going to be the side of the glutes. And if you want to do that, slightly point your toes out at 45-degree angle, and then you're going to kick out that same direction. And now I can feel it more on the side of my glutes. Why I'm not doing it during this routine? It's because right after that, we are going to use the hip abduction machine that's going to target the side of the glutes. If you don't have a cable machine, you can do this exercise with a band. So all you gotta do is either put the band just above your knees or you can put it above your ankle. And you're going to do the same exercise, except that you're going to have the distance between your feet, obviously, is going to be smaller because the band is probably going to let you do this movement. More so with the cable, it can go wider. All right, our last exercise for this routine will be the hip abduction machine. I am such a fan of this machine because it targets the side of the glutes, the glute medius and glute minimus. So here, you're going to hop on it. Obviously, choose a weight that you are able to control. So what I like to do is slightly lean forward. I'm not really touching the back seat, also because it's too far for me. But if I really want to target the side glutes, I'm going to come around here. I'm going to lean slightly forward and then I'm going to push out and control the movement, all right? I don't let the machine control me. I always control it. So what I like to do is count for 1 second at the top and go back down. Make sure to not use too much momentum here. I'm not rocking on that seat, all right? What's working here, it's here. I can feel my side glutes. They're on fire by now. All right, so by the 10th, 11th rep, you should be like, eh! And by that last rep, you should be like completely down. And we're gonna finish the workout with some stretches. This is something that all of you need to do. Stop leaving the gym without doing your stretches. So again, we're gonna stretch the muscle that we have been working, which is mainly the glutes and also the hamstrings. What I like to do for the glutes, it's this exercise, the pigeon stretch. So one leg in the front, and then you're going to lean slightly forward. By now, you should feel basically the stretch all here. If you feel comfortable, you can lean forward and hold that. Breathe in, breathe out. And obviously, you're going to perform this on the other leg as well. Hold that for about 20 seconds to 30 seconds and switch. The other exercise that I like to do after glutes, you're going to bring one leg on top of the other one, just above the knee. Bring it closer to you. And then you're going to bring your torso close to your leg as well, and you're going to hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds. The stretch here is happening right there, all right? So hold that, and obviously you do this on the other side. Another exercise that I like to do now is what we did at the beginning, but you're just going to hold that. So here, you're going to push your hips forward. You're going to feel the stretch here and in front of the quads as well. So you can hold that for about 20 seconds and then you push back and then you're going to lean forward. Try to grab your toes with your hands, obviously depending on your flexibility and how mobile you are. And then you're going to hold that for about 20-30 seconds. And you're going to repeat that on the other leg as well. All right, guys, that's it for today's workout. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found something new and it was helpful for you. I want to say that we're about to enter 2026. Usually people, they start getting in the gym at the beginning of the year. I always hear, it's the first of the year. This is when I'm going to start doing things. Okay, great. If you find that this date for you is when you should start, amazing. Stick to it. And I want to say that if you need structure, workout, meal plan, support, guidance, accountability, I offer online coaching and one-on-one in person if you are located in Los Angeles. So if you need all that, you need my help, click the link in my bio and just apply for my one-on-one coaching. Again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment what you want to see in the next video, and hit the bell to never miss a workout. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.